Yamoimori is a reptile, you know what that means. Don't your snake ray can send it directly to the graveyard, and you want it there because it don't do anything anywhere else. But if it's in the graveyard and you control a reptile and your opponent controls a monster, you can either put both monsters face down or destroy your monster and drop their monster's attack to 0. There should be no surprise that I think this card is
so fucking terrible.
But just saying that isn't enough. Oh no, I gotta explain it. In addition to only doing something in the graveyard, you have to control a reptile and your opponent has to control a monster. And since you don't want it anywhere else but the graveyard, searching it with King of Feral Imps or Echidna is bad. And speaking of Echidna, let me talk about how Konami fucked her up. She's a Link 2 with 200 attack, has a link arrow pointing left, searches reptiles only if your opponent controls a 0 attack monster, which she does when Link summoned. And another thing, she has to be Link summoned to do this.
What else?
You're restricted to summoning reptiles from the extra deck afterwards. How many good extra deck reptiles are there? Cosmic Fortress, Gold Guard, Shock Trooper, M-Frame, Reptilian Hydra, King of the Feral Imps, Paralysis, Gaga Gigo, The Rising, and Jormungandr. I count 2. The only redeeming quality about her is that she can search Vasky, the best reptilian since her printing, in absolute power force, but so can King of the Feral Imps, and that has generic materials. I hate this stupid. Konami persists on giving reptiles not a fourth, a third, or a half, but all of
the dick.
But hold on a second, you can flip down a face-off worm ganging so you can flip it back up, bounce in an opponent's monster, or destroy a reptilian gardener you control and get a search while dropping an opponent's monster's attack. So you can steal it with Viper, tribute it for Vasky, destroy it with Hydra, then draw a card, search with Echidna, or bring it back when Scylla attacks over it. There's a few problems with that. Nobody is playing Worms or Reptilians. Period, which is partly the fault of Konami constantly giving them the male genitalia. And just because these effects are clearly meant for Worms or Reptilians, that means
Absolutely nothing.
when your Yamoimori only does something in the graveyard, meaning searching it is a bad idea. Obligatory Snake Rain mention. Snake Rain has yet to be a good card despite it sending 4 reptiles to the graveyard. Now, I may be giving Konami too much credit what I'm about to say, but I don't think they're going to make it good because it only takes a slight mental misstep for it to be ban worthy. But if it's ever good, it won't be with the help of your Yamoimori. Why? Cause it sucks. It sucks. Like what?
Like a prostitute. Oh man.
Thanks for watching my Patreon and other things in the description if you would like to.
Help me. Help me.
And you have me feeling just a little bit generous. You know there's always somebody on YouTube, on Twitch, some other platform I don't really have up the top of my head is always going to say something about stop begging for money. Well, in actuality, you beg for money too, assuming you're a person that has a conventional job. You just don't do it blatantly. Why are you even at the job in the first place? For money. And if you don't get the money that you believe you're entitled to, don't you complain about it? And why are you complaining about it? Because you want the money, right? And you need the money for what? Need it for what? Car note, house, feed your family? Sounds like begging to me. But it's okay though. I just find it kind of fucked up when you try to judge me or other people like me for that, when you do the same exact thing, just a little bit differently. Discord server links in the description. You can reach me there. Appreciate you.
A lot.